Big Pun's son, who's listed here. You know, there's going to be other people like, hey, don't take food out of our mouths. And
he sounded very energetic in the video, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
You know,
he probably got paid to say that too.
Yeah,
maybe he did.
Come on now.
hey.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
man.
Like you heard the things I get excited about, and I don't really care nothing about.
Hey, get it? Like I said, at the end of the day, get it how you live.
I told you had a chance to work with a great, legendary artist. You have vocals, you got beats. Everything is set up for you for the feature of your lifetime. I'm talking about top tier OG status. Legends. If I was able to present that package to you and say, yo, all you need is a 16, everything else is set up, what would you say?
Cool.
That's it?
The way that you presented it, cool. Is there more to the presentation?
Would you take you got a full verse.
Okay.
Beats ready. All you have to do is insert yourself. Full song is cleared. You can use it.
All right. Sounds like a great deal for an artist.
Think so? Let's dive in.
Okay.
So there's this thing called, I'm going to make sure I say the name correctly. It's the Legacy Pack.
Okay.
Now, this includes actual verses from legendary. I'm talking about DMX, Nate Dogg.
Rest in peace.
Big Pun. Rest in peace. Big Pun.
Rest in peace.
Yep. And who else is
Where the other
here?
rest in peace at?
Hussein Fatal.
He's passed
from
away
the Outlaws. Yep. Sean Price is listed on here as well. Caught Me Off Guard was the first video that I saw on the website. It's Chris Rivers, Pun's son, basically backing this and, saying you get a chance to work with my father and there's verses and everything is cleared. And
father is dead, sir.
It goes through, I mean, that's what he said.
He doesn't even get to work with his father.
I know, right? But he's like, it goes through the estates of the families and everything. So Chris Rivers is basically saying this is a great product and you'll get a chance to, be with the legends. Check it out. Someone sent this to me and was like with the puke emoji. That's why I put it into our Discord. And I actually forgot about it. So shout out to Lone for reminding me.
This is very puke emoji.
Puke emoji-ish.
Absolutely.
So what do you think about this, Lone? Like just on face value for what it is?
Well,
because there's a lot to unpack here.
So what I would say is what you described earlier, which is what I'm thinking they're trying to sell this as.
That is exactly what they're selling it as.
Is not what this is.
There we go.
This is exploitation in the highest degree.
Talk to me.
This is so corny.
Didn't I set it up like they're trying to sell it?
Yeah, you did. This is super corny, man.
Super corny?
So you have a bunch of... So I'm guessing, are they exclusive? I looked at it a little bit ahead of time.
All I saw was the states are involved. Everything is cleared.
Oh, man. All right, so let me just set this up in general.
Okay.
In general, when this happens, if it's an exclusive verse that you can buy an exclusive verse from somebody, there are brokers out there that do that. They'll go and get a bunch of rappers and they'll sell it to the rapper like, hey, give me a 16 and then I'll turn around and I'll flip them into leases or whatever. And then you can just buy it. So they end up selling that same verse to a bunch of different up and coming rappers. That is not cool. That is not good because this artist is going in there. This is bad on so many levels. The idea behind this is, hey, use this artist and boost your numbers because people are going to see that you did a song with Big Pun or you did a song with whomever, right?
That's how it's going to read.
Right.
Yes.
So then your numbers are going to boost. But you didn't work with said artist. You don't know said artist. You have no relationship with said artist. Said artist probably doesn't even know that you exist.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Especially if they have passed away, like these specific artists. But what I'm saying is like this whole model is a thing, anyways.
Right.
You know,
this isn't new.
This is not new. This has always been corny. The fact that they're doing it with artists that have passed away just makes it another step corny to me.
Next level.
It's extra corny. And the way that they're selling it on this website, like it's like you get $759,000 worth of value for $137. It's like,
is that how much it costs?
I don't know.
But what he's talking about is those are the examples that they threw out there, like the value of the verses.
$202,000 worth of value for $197.
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
So is that when I look at these numbers, okay, they said Sean Price artist features. That was they would have. If they were live, is that where they're getting that number?
My guess is they're probably. I fast forwarding it to what the value of the dollar is now.
Prorated, yeah. They want to do it for today's time.
Adjusted for inflation.
There we go. Adjusted for inflation. Yeah. No, I'm not going.
It's always, because I'm one of those people that doesn't like posthumous albums. Like, as far as I'm concerned, when I see a song, I remember there's a song called Pac's Life, and now I know what the original sounds like because it had a Prince sample in it.
I'm talking about the one that had,
but it has like a shanty on it.
I didn't like that record.
Whenever I start at a certain point when I knew these weren't the songs that Pac actually did, and they just went in there and tried to put some new sauce on them, I was like, honestly, after Machiavelli, I'm pretty much done. Yeah. And it's the same thing with Notorious B.I.G. I mean, there was some stuff I kind of liked on Life.
Born Again.
Born Again, but it still doesn't have that same feeling, and it's just like, and once it got to the Biggie duets, I was like, please stop this.
Let this man, leave this man alone, man.
If it's a situation with artists who are still alive and they're able to actually, I would like for the artists to maybe be able to sign off on this, because
but they're not.
Now if they are alive and they signed off and said, okay, you can have these verses, these hooks, okay,
that is
different. You sign that paperwork, and then if any sucker gets on and
but
makes
they're
a song,
suckers. But they are suckers. Let's keep that clear.
Then that's what you signed up for. But I mean, the only thing that I can see positive out of this is this is going to these artists' children, because, or families, or whoever is next to kin. That's the only thing that makes me feel a little better about this. But, just the fact that somebody from, who just started rapping 2 weeks ago can get a big pun feature.
Yeah, it's kind of lame. It's like Poser Mobile in its finest. It's Malibu's Most Wanted written all over, because anybody can ask mom and dad for Christmas, I want this pack because I want to record a song with such and such, and I'm going to put it out next week. You know what I'm saying? It rains. It's just bad business. I ain't gonna say it's bad business.
It's not bad business.
It's just, it's actually good business for those that are going to spend the money and cop it and do whatever they're going to do with it. But as a fan
of music
and art
and
part of the culture, to me it just doesn't sit right with me, man. Like, if it's an artist like I said that is still alive even, and then they sign off on it, okay, that's cool. But imagine this pack going out and everybody has the same verse from the same artist. How do you decide which one is what? I mean, essentially, the artist's family or estate and whoever, they're going to eat off of it regardless.
True.
But I'm not trying to have the same verse that you got and you got and you got just for the sake of having that verse. I
got chills when you said the kid gets the pack for Christmas, goes into his room and records it and puts it out. That's literally how fast it works now. So you take a DMX acapella with a beat that's been provided, you put your 16 on it, and then you upload it and say, I have a feature from DMX in the same day.
Yeah.
It's giving people...
That's crazy,
It's giving people it's one thing, like, and this is nothing like a remix, because with the remix, it's obvious that it's a remix.
Right.
Yep.
This is something to where you are literally taking something and you are putting it out and selling it as if it's like part of
that person's legacy.
Yeah.
It's so foul. It's so foul on so many levels. And even the families that are a part of it, I think is foul.
And this,
even on the
don't ever
family
do
side?
this with my music.
Yeah,
ever.
And this is what really this is where you have to really start looking into when the devil's in the details. Okay, say if I have the $197, I paid it, I can do what I want with it.
Right.
So say I start saying things on the record that I have with DMX or
Nate Dogg
that don't align with what their values were.
Yeah.
Like, say I want to start rapping some crazy alt-right, homophobic stuff, and then I throw Sean Price on it, and then that to people who don't know any better, that affects his legacy.
Yeah.
So what if I want to get on there and start
Bernadette ain't going for it.
Yeah, what if I get on there and I start, with some crazy, anti-Semitic rhetoric, and I'm like, and then I put, Fatal Hussein on the joint, and then I also say, hey, you know, I paid my money. Let me go ahead and get
Big Pun.
Yeah. Or, you know, and then like here it is, part of their legacy for people who don't know any better is tainted by your poison political ideology. Are there people with artistic expression and they have a love for these artists and they want to do something that could enhance their legacy? But there's so much room for abuse here that, you know, I don't know if you were going to do this, charge more than $197.
Yeah, because that doesn't even, to me, it kind of lowers the value of these verses.
It does.
Because you're pretty much putting a package together that has all of these verses on it. So I can just make a hodgepodge song featuring everybody in this pack, and then just insert my song or my verse to it.
Yeah.
And we got a song. It's almost as bad or damn near the same as AI. Because like you can use AI to make verses from any of these people too.
Yeah.
That's the next pack.
That's what I thought it was until I read it and found it was actually acapellas or whatever. But the point still stands, man. It's just,
how do you feel about it?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I think it's extremely weird. You guys have pretty much hit the nail on the head in terms of the dangers that could come from it, the misuse. I don't see it as a tribute. I see it more, I'm not saying somebody might pull off a dope tribute record and make it sound right and line it up right, and it might be dope.
There's potential to do right here, but there's so much potential to do wrong.
I think that part of it outweighs it by a ton. And I think it's going to come off extremely corny when we start seeing the trash versions floating around, and this is going to start. It's going to look real bad, man. Like I don't know. I just don't.
I don't know why.
I'm not rocking with it.
I don't know why anybody would want a verse from another artist that's already been used before on your own stuff.
Right.
Like I've reached out to an artist before that I have a relationship with who got one of these verses from a pretty well-known artist.
Mm-hmm.
And I reached out to him. I was like, yo, I've heard this verse before. And for me, now maybe other people haven't, and maybe like the lowest common denominator doesn't know that this verse is on that other thing and that's what you're going for. But like, I don't know. I don't, that's not how I live my life. Like I'm not going to try to bamboozle people into, I don't know. It's just foul.
Just weird, man.
It is, man.
Weird, bro.
But hey, get it how you live at the end of the day, I guess. It's just, this ain't my cup of tea.
Nah.
I'm just not that person that wants to do a verse with
like
somebody that doesn't even know me or rock with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I was doing music like that. So I wouldn't want to have, even if not a personal relationship, at least a conversation with said artist.
True.
You know what I'm saying? To see where this is going, what we're going to do, not just a generic verse that I'm going to get on and rap on.
Now, if there's somebody that, you know, to Lone's point earlier, if there's somebody that's just looking to run it up, you got your formula.
There you go.
You got Wu-Tang, you got all the education you need this year.
Yeah, granted, I'm sure there's probably artists that if you reach out to them, they already got some tucked that they can pretty much give to you to use.
True.
But you're buying that verse. So essentially, if you're buying it from them, they can't use it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Whereas this,
it's like the Nipsey verse that came out with Khaled.
Or the Nipsey verse that was on the Jay-Z record.
Yeah, in this case, it's pretty much verses just getting hoarded out, for lack of better terms.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I wouldn't want the Nipsey verse on the Judas soundtrack. I can't remember.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes. I don't want that just to be something in a pack that people can get and you know, put a beat to it and just that meant that was perfect for exactly what it was. So, and it was meant to be that.
So what do you think the argument for them doing this is going to be?
The argument,
what's the response to our video?
Probably trying to keep the legacy alive.
It's going to be heavy legacy talk.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be
Families will
benefit, which we all agree is dope.
That's great.
We all agree that's dope. So we never said anything against that. That's dope.
No, I think that's the
only
one
thing.
positive I definitely can see from this.
The only positive.
I mean, you could see someone say it's an honor to be able to work with someone like this, but you're really not. But I could still see somebody taking that role and saying, how many times are you going to get a chance to get your hands on one of these?
I guess I'm just not going to get my hands on one. I mean, that time has passed.
Exactly.
I can't do a song with Tupac because guess what? He died in 96.
True.
Yeah. I can't do a song with him.
I'm just telling you what one of the rebuttals might be.
I think it's
outside of the first two.
I think it's going to be mostly families.
Yeah. You think that's going to be the majority of it?
And I think they've already thought about this.
Okay.
I think this is probably the response. They know.
There's probably rebuttals already ready for it.
No, and I think, you know, the Big Pun's son, who's listed here. There's going to be other people like, hey, don't take food out of our mouths. And
he sounded very energetic in the video, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
He probably got paid to say that too.
Maybe he did.
Come on now.
hey.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
man.
like you heard the things I get excited about, and I don't really care nothing about.
Hey, get it? Like I said, at the end of the day, get it how you live, man. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm more so pointing the finger at the people that are buying these packs and making the songs and thinking that they got something exclusive. Because when I see somebody that puts out a song, even it doesn't have anything to do with these packs, and it says featuring said artist, and I'm thinking in my head, you know how much money it costs to get that said artist on that track
in real life,
and you're saying this is featuring that artist?
It's not a feature.
Okay, that's probably a throwaway verse from somewhere that you paid for just to be able to say that this is featuring said artist.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
And plus, look,
I hate this commercialized part of the business.
Yeah, there was
makes it
what's his name?
Nothing bad.
I can't believe I said what's his name, but Joe Budden.
Yeah,
he's like, look, man. When people would be like, "Yo, can you come and drop a verse?" Like they might have done a show somewhere, and they say, and rappers will tell you, it's like, we do not give you any heat. We just are there for that. That if you got $5,000 for us to rap over your foolishness, then yeah, go ahead and take that. The stuff that we really think is good, we keep to ourselves.
Right. Unless they really rock with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I think it would maybe be different if said artists literally recorded a whole bunch of verses to sell to people
that are just sitting around that were purposely for selling, being sold, right?
Yeah. So like if it was like intentionally, like if it was, let's say, I don't know, I'm just using a random name. Let's say it was 𝐀𝐄𝐄 and he's like, you know what? Here's a business model. I'm going to go ahead and make a whole bunch of 16s and then I'm going to market them in this particular type of way. I think that's different.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying when I was like, it's probably artists that have verses sitting around and you pretty much buy it from them and you do whatever you want, but they're not recycling it. Yeah. Once you bought it, it's yours, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
That's the part, because there are going to be so many duplicates of this, and it's going to get. I don't know.
Maybe with the way content is flowing, they don't think it matters. I don't know. And maybe it doesn't, but
boy, this would be a mess back in LimeWire days. You're trying to download this track. Man, you just wanted to get that one artist that was featured on there, and you didn't download 10 of them.
Imagine if they did this with Dilla's catalog.
Oh, my God.
Or something like that. Like,
you know what? You say that, but don't think it might not be coming.
Somebody's probably trying to.
I think it's been. I think I'm okay with like people that knew Dilla, like Busta Rhymes or something, dropping a track that's got some
that is completely different.
That's different because there was a personal relationship involved there, and you know that they knew each other.
If Busta Rhymes says, "I'm behind this," I knew Dilla, and I feel like this is something. I know his mama, and I feel like this is something that he would have rocked with or something. I got to take that at face value.
Yeah. Like
you've been around him, like you knew him.
Yeah, I purchased one of the albums from his album collection just to support his estate, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like his money went straight to his mother.
You know what's crazy is like, now I think about it, you said, oh, what if they did this with Dilla? One of Dilla's beats, at least the part of it is in the new Puff Daddy, well, not new, but or Diddy or Love album, whatever.
See, that's another thing too, because I feel like he should have used some Dilla joints long time ago. With it being Diddy, you know what I'm saying? You should have been hip to him. It's almost like I gotta do this now because
it's way too late.
Heads know who Dilla is.
Nobody cares.
Exactly. It's way too late.
Nothing authentic about that.
To me, it feels.
And it's actually a
the
decent
same.
album.
But it's about like this.
It feels very similar. You
need to be pulling Dilla back in like 02, fam. Like
he was around his whole career.
Yeah, like we need you to be bigging up Dilla and sampling Dilla back then, bro.
I mean, Dilla was on Tribe joints before Diddy was big. So
I'll just say that this sits really bad with me. I'm foul with me. I don't like it.
I was surprised when they said there are beats involved too. So we just gonna go ahead and set the whole table for you. All you gotta do is go to your room, lay something down real quick, and
somebody from Carmel was about to have a lace tape.
I swear.
All right, we'll see.
What if you get a little Ugly Toes song featuring Sean Price?
Man, come on.
I'm not gonna be able to stomach that.
Young Fentanyl was Nate Dogg is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I don't deserve that, man.
Yeah,
who would have thought?
Who would have thought
this is what the game would come to?
Yeah.
Yeah. We old enough to see it.
Yeah, in real time.
Some things, even though you can do them, you just shouldn't.
Yeah.